So hi, I'm Lindsay, I'm with GoBox. Has anybody here heard of GoBox before today?
Well,
Okay, now put your hand down if you're in my cohort. Anybody else heard of GoBox that's not in my cohort? Okay, good, that's awesome. So I work part-time for GoBox, which is a Portland-based company. I'm going to tell you all about it today, so by the time you walk out of here, you'll be super familiar with it. Something I wanted to add too is that we've actually partnered with Earthshare. We made a relationship with them over the last couple of months and everything. And so as they're a company, or I'm sorry, a nonprofit that's trying to get companies to be more green, they've actually pushed our name out there and tried to, implement GoBox in companies around downtown Portland. So it says Laura's name on there. She's the founder. I'm going to talk a little bit about her. Basically, Laura Weiss has lived in Portland for about 16 years. Just like a lot of people here, she loves the food carts, but hates all the waste that goes with it. And so she was a food cart customer and kept getting her meals in these disposable containers and thought there's got to be a better way to do this. So she started looking into it, and it turns out that over 60,000 disposable containers are used by the food carts in downtown Portland alone. That's just the downtown sector of Portland. So that's a lot of waste. And there's options. There's compostable containers, which sound great, but you're still adding waste. Even when you recycle something, you're using up resources. And so there's got to be a better way, maybe a container that we can put into a cycle and use over and over and over and over again. And so to give you a quick spiel on how GoBox works, I wanted to show you a video. We just had this video made, and look at that. Okay, hopefully this is on.
Portland is a very green city. We have a lot of folks in the city who care about the environment. At the same time, we are world-renowned for our food carts, and you can get great food at a great price from all of our food carts. But getting all of that food in those single-use disposable containers makes a lot of people feel bad. And until now, they didn't have an option, because if they wanted to get food from a food cart, that was it. It came in a disposable container, single-use. With GoBox, they can make a choice to use a reusable container and skip the disposables. I'm Laura Weiss. I'm the owner and founder of GoBox. So GoBox is a service providing reusable takeout containers to food carts and other food vendors and their customers. The way it works is somebody can sign up for GoBox, they get their meal in a reusable container, and when they're done, they return it to a nearby drop site in exchange for a GoBox token, which they keep in their wallet until they're ready for their next GoBox meal. They then hand that to their vendor, their favorite vendor, whoever they want to go to, and they get their next meal in GoBox. And so they don't have to use disposable containers anymore. It reduces waste, and we pick up the used containers. We have them washed in a commercial kitchen, and then we return them clean to the vendors, and we do that all by bicycle.
well, there's a lot of food carts to choose from. They're all pretty good in town. So with all the food carts I get to choose from, I always like to steer towards ones that accept GoBox, just because, doing my part, reducing trash a little bit.
So GoBox has what we call our corporate program. And the corporate program allows a company or a whole building to get their own GoBox drop box for their office or their building. And so what that means is anyone who works in that office or building can then return their container right there, and they don't have to leave.
They like that we have a location here for them to drop off the GoBox because it's very convenient for them. They also like the box because it makes it easier to use and save their leftovers.
We have just celebrated our 3-year anniversary, and right at the same time, we hit 50,000 disposables avoided. And that number just keeps on growing. So we're looking forward to reaching 100,000, maybe next year if things go well.
So there you go. I wanted to show you guys that video that actually just got finalized a couple of months ago while we were in this class, and I had been looking. Laura hired me as a marketing communications director in January, and I said, we need a video. When we've stood in front of people and said, this is how the program works. You take your token, you get your box, you bring it, you drop it off, we wash them. it's confusing. And I've told it to my cohort a million times, and then I would show people this video, and they're like, oh, I understand now, like how it all works. And so the great news about that too is, you know, I was looking for somebody to make us a video, and people were quoting like thousands of dollars, and 85 Film did it pro bono because they wanted to get, you know, some traction behind them and everything. So 85 Film. Right? Hold on a second. I don't know how to get back to my thing.
Hey guys, we heard you do free work.
What?
Hey, we heard you do free work.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. So, just to reiterate, you know, some information about GoBox, we operate just in downtown Portland. All of our pickup and delivery is done by bicycle. So we have a lot of people like, come to Southeast, come over here, and we'd love to, but we're doing all our pickup and delivery by bicycle at this point, and so that really restricts how much we can do. Downtown Portland is a great place for this to happen because there's so many vendors and so many people working there. So there's a lot of potential customers to use it as well. So we operate with about 75 vendors. We'll take on more. Whoever wants to participate, like if you know a vendor that's not using it, tell them, you know, have you heard about GoBox? You should use GoBox. That's how mostly we get all of our vendors, is through people recommending them. And so you get your meal and you eat it. And then we have Dropbox locations around town as well. So we have 6 public sites. So this is just, you know, a partner business, all of these people here, where you can go and you can bring your box and then they'll hand you another token. Public sites, look at that, look, yay!
Wow, Jeff.
Yeah,
You're a great
Jeff's
guy.
a great go-boxer. So we have all these places, but then in addition, we also have a corporate program, like Laura mentioned, and this is where a business can actually get their own Dropbox, and so this is a really great opportunity if you have a business that wants to be a little bit more sustainable and showcase, you know, how green you can be, and also if you have a lot of go-boxers in your office, why not get your own box? We'll come and service it. The only people that can actually bring their boxes back are the people in that office, or a lot of buildings actually do it in Portland as well. It's the same story, only people who work in those buildings can use it. And so, you know, if you go on our website, you can see some examples. We have about 30 corporate partners right now. These are just some of the ones that are participating. So, GoBox, you know, is really great in downtown Portland because there's a lot of carts and there's a lot of people. And actually, we have licensed it out to a couple other cities as well. So Sacramento has been operating for over a year now, and San Francisco just launched a pilot. And so we're trying to get it into DC, Baltimore area as well. The catch is that, you know, we don't really do much of anything. We just give them like the intellectual property and the licensing, and they have to do all the work. So we have a lot of people who contact us from around the country and like, I really want to do it here. And it's like, great, you're going to have to do it though. You know, we'll give you all the information, everything that you need, and license our intellectual property, but you're going to have to launch it. So we have 2 individuals who are doing it there, and they're killing it. They're rocking it. So. And we're talking to somebody right now about DC. So that's what we have in store. We want to get it out as much as we can. There's a couple of the staff. Laura is the founder. Like I said, I've been there since January. And Christian is one of our bike riders, so doing the pickups and delivery. And we have a couple other bike riders that help us out as well.
Who's with Christian?
That's a bear.
A bear.
I think Christian gave me a picture, and he sent me that one. So. Okay, that's what you want. So in any case, this is the kind of presentation that we typically do if like we go out to a company like, oh, come in and you know, tell us about GoBox, and we say, you know, you should sign up. It's only $18 a year. It's $1.50 a month. It's like 5 cents a day. So there's a little bit of buy-in, but you know, it's worth it. Other things that you can do is become a corporate partner. You can follow us on social media, and you can encourage vendors to sign up. Like I said, you know, this wouldn't work if we didn't have all these vendors involved. One thing I did want to add is that something really exciting happened today. We got to hang out with CNN all day. They came to downtown Portland and hung out with us all day and filmed with us. And so we're going to be on CNN in probably like 6 straight weeks or something like that. So
Nice.
super, super exciting. So,
Yay.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I've talked about GoBox a couple of times in my other classes, and I always get really good feedback from everybody who have suggestions. Like, this is a company that Laura started 3 years ago, and we've just kind of been doing it as it comes, and we're kind of in a position now, it's like, okay, well, where do we go next? You know, like, where do we focus? Should we expand to other places in Portland? Should we just focus on trying to expand nationally? When you guys hear about this concept, what are some of the things that you initially think or suggestions that you have? Because I'm interested in hearing what you have to say.
So I'm just trying to understand the process of it. So if you are like a corporation that has a box, like a drop box in your office, who's dispensing the tokens to
You
people?
have to have somebody who, like a person in your office
Okay.
who's willing to, who's usually there from like
Okay.
9 to 5
And then
or
you-
something.
you
So, or
have, like,
receptionist or something.
A physical token? In,
So
do you
Jeff
do you
will-
do you
Jeff will-
do like smartphone tokens?
We actually are
or-
developing an app right now,
Okay.
so that you won't have to use an app anymore. People lose the app, I'm sorry, people lose the token. A lot of people will tell us that, and we have to, you know, replace those and everything, so hopefully that will help. That will, with an app too, it'll also start to be able to track how many times you use it, and so we'll be able to come up with some sort of, you know, reward systems in a sense, you know, like, oh, you used it 50 times, so you're a superstar.
Why the bicycles? Is it just to stay green, or
Yeah,
sounds like
it's.
self-limiting?
No, it's environmentally, but it's also economical at the same time, you know, with cars, you have to park them. I mean, we are going all over downtown, so there would be gas, there would be insurance, and just also, it's easy for us to do it this way, you know, we can take our bike and our trailer and go from vendor to vendor. So yeah, also just to stay true to the mission. Yeah.
For your app, that also gives you great market data for where people are going for food stands, so that's another business spin-off that, and people who are Portlanders are go, oh, I don't wanna be selling data, but that's actually very useful data, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's just very useful to have, so you're getting a ton of business between these hours, because we have the app scanning it. Also, that might also allow you to automate the drop back, so you can have boxes at food carts that are purely built boxes. In the future might be an idea, it's like, hey, you know, there's this drop bin in the pod,
Mhm.
and you just scan it, you just put it away, you don't have to have someone standing there 24 hours a day.
Right, yeah, when she launched it, she came up with this drop box that wouldn't have to be manned
Yeah.
at all, and that went away at some point. But yeah, I mean, when we get more technological, a lot more doors are gonna definitely open up, so, yeah.
I guess I'm just not really clear, you pay $18
Mhm.
and then you're given your first token
So
or first.
basically, if you sign up online, for example, you pay $18, and then you'll get a little coupon thing that you can print out, and that's the first thing that you hand to the vendor.
Mhm.
They'll serve you your meal in your box,
Okay.
and then when you're done eating, bring it to a drop box and go to Woonwinkle or, you know, West Side Athletic Center, and they'll hand you a token, and you can
Okay.
repeat the process.
So if you did have an app that would cut out the printing and the middle.
Yeah, and so you have to renew each year. We have a big problem with renewals as well. A lot of people continue to use it, they don't even know they're supposed to renew. Because the program has shifted over the years. When you first signed up, like 3 years ago, it was $8 for life. And then she's like, this isn't sustainable. And so we have people now, we're like, you need to renew. They're like, no, I wasn't told I needed to renew, you know? So now we have, when you sign up online, it's automatic renewal, so.
And then my other question is, can you buy a subscription for somebody else? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is there a referral benefit as well?
No, but it's a great idea. That's a great idea.
So, I do agree that the sort of West Side only thing is a little bit limiting, especially like with the, you know, the number of food cart pods on the east side. And to serve them properly would probably require driving, which would be feasible, right, like with the parking situation as it is now. And I think that that's a definite area of expansion that you guys should look at, because covering the entire city has a lot of benefits. And people on the east side are greener than people on the west side. So,
Where do you mean in particular when you say east side? Like,
Whoa.
do you have pods in mind, or?
Belmont and Division.
Yeah, Potts Hill, Elmwood, Division, Belmont,
Okay.
up and down.
Because we have,
Sort of
you know, like our
Mississippi,
riders,
Williams.
you know, that's where Laura lives. She lives over by Division. You know, we have riders that live up in near